Alright, now I want to share another way to do brick, or any texture for that matter. Actually, this method works good for any texture, not just brick. Alright, so we're going to do another one of these buildings. Let's look at maybe this one, just changing it up some. Okay, so we'll call this building 3. Alright, so same method of the UV snapshot. Uh, 2048 by 2048, normal, yep, all same. And then same with opening it up in Photoshop. Okay, so the story goes like this. You don't have to do that tile thing every time. That's only if your texture's really big. Okay? So if somebody with a digital camera went up to the brick and then took a picture of it too close to the brick. Okay? That's scenario 1. And I just showed you how to counteract that one. Let's do it this way. Let's say I go over here and say brick texture, images, larger than 6 megapixels. Then I look around for a brick that's smaller. Like this one's is just too big. Here's one that's a smaller size brick. Okay, so they're already smaller starting out. Okay, I'm just going to copy this image. Go back into Photoshop and edit paste it right on top of the original. Okay. Then I'm going to hold Shift and scale it down. Remember, this is a 2048 map. So I'm going to match the scale with the door. And the door in this case is a garage door. Okay. So the scale is right here. And you think of a garage door as, I think, roughly, I think it's 8 feet, I'm pretty sure. Now, it's easy to scale this method up, but it is hard to scale it down. So if I get it too small, I'm not really worried. If I get it too big, however, I panic. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start out right about here with the brick. Okay, and then I hold Alt, click and drag, and I get a copy of the brick. And then I just scooch it down a little bit and kind of line it up so it sort of matches. Alt again. This time I'm overlapping it pretty good. So these are overlapping quite a bit. See? Now with them overlapping like this, I can go in with the eraser tool and take and erase this one back to the other one. Now there's not much line though. See, there's a little tiny bit of line. So don't overdo the erasing part. Just make it so it's staggered and nobody else will notice it. Really, the only people that notice these things are the game nerds that run up to the wall and go, "And there's a seam." So you just don't have to worry about it because there's not too many of those except for us. And yeah, there we go. See, no seam whatsoever. Okay, now what you do is go layer, merge down, layer, merge down. And then you take this brick and you duplicate it by copying it here, clicking and dragging it. Okay, plop it up, line it up. You can use the arrow keys to manually jog this a little bit. So right about there should work. Okay, let's duplicate that one. This time I want to put it way down there so I can do the eraser trick. And one more time. This still takes forever, but at least this way you don't have to do any kind of weird math or anything like that for the whole jogging of it and tiling of it. Okay, there we go. Now, again, you just take an eraser tool, make sure these overlap a little bit more. You can grab all three of them at once by holding Shift. There we go. What I do is just kind of go over it once right there. The line's now gone. And I stagger this a little bit. This one needs to come down just a skosh. Using the arrow keys heavily to move the brick just a little bit down. There we go. Tiled brick. Of course, now variations of the brick, you can get rid of this discoloration of it. And make it more unified by going and discoloring it a little bit. Making a new layer, plastering some darker reds in here, and then turning it on multiply, and then turning down the opacity. Just like that. Now I'm going to also do one more thing in the next video because, you know, just plain brick is boring. I'm going to show you another way you can look at this. You know, you're not limited to just brick, or for that matter, you can do other kind of textures. So in the next video I'll show you how to add some, maybe a concrete sub-pillar thing on the very sub bottom of it. Okay, so that's in the next video.